Hello everyone and welcome to Quality Old Games. We are having an episode 8 of Rome Total War and we are continuing the Imperial campaign as a House of Julii. And let's begin with a strategic overview. So in the Western Front we are confronting a rather large Spanish army. Fortunately we have two armies here, but unfortunately the Spanish have, I think, three smaller armies in this area which can combine into a decent sized army. And the Britons are besieging Condate Redonum. We can hold out some more turns, but it seems that Quintus Victor needs to turn around quite soon after capturing these cities. And I think our strategy here will be to, with these two armies, beat the Spanish and recapture Nabomasus. And I think I will send the smaller army to reinforce north here, while the larger army will continue southwards or southwestwards toward Osca. So we should be able to secure this area once again. While in the north, Quintus Victor is tasked to beat the Britons from in all of the mainland. And maybe at some point Decius Lucullus will reinforce him in assaulting the British Isles. Then in the southern front we are besieging Cirta, and it seems the enemy is not trying to sally out, so I think we will be able to starve the city out, or at least do decent damage to the defenders. And then we can capture it, and after that our fleet needs to break through the Spanish blockade, which I think should be easy, and then we can move at least part of this army to Palma there to capture a Carthaginian city. It's interesting to see if the Scipii will take this Lepsis Manga. There is no indication yet. Northern Italy, we are sending a reinforcing army from here to aid in conquering Spain. At the same time, if we have enough money, we will train 2 or 3 armies that will be used to capture Rome when we have secured Britain, Spain, and at least conquered Carthage in the northern Africa. There are decent sized garrisons here, so we should be able to hold these out, even if Scythians or Dacians or both of them decide to attack. Actually it seems it will rather be Scythians that attack, because we are not allied with them. And we have managed to conquer Pontus here, and we are waging war against Armenia. And we managed to capture our first city from Armenia, Kotais, and Manius Victor, it seems he has had a change of name from Lud to Victor, will continue capturing at least Artaxacarta, or how do you pronounce it? Artaxacarta, as well as then pushing southward. And here we need to defend Antioch. Fortunately, the Egyptians are making siege engines or siege equipment, so it should be likely that they will assault, which will make our fight quite a bit easier. And from here we can seek to challenge these towns, whether they belong to Armenia, Egypt or something else. And I think we should try to take Salamis as well. So without further ado, I don't think we need to try to break out from here. We can of course check what's the situation troop-wise. I think we should be able to break the siege. Then, of course, the enemy would have a second one right away. And likely a third one after that. Let's see about that. But first, we need to clear the Spanish here. And it requires a manual battle. Even if we manage to beat the enemy in auto-resolve, we would take too high casualties for my liking. And in order to control the army a bit easier, we will attack from the open ground. That will also support the use of our missile units better. We have a decent amount of cavalry. The only worry is that the reinforcing army is commanded by computer, so hopefully the general there isn't too suicidal. I don't even actually see from where the allies... Oh, are they coming behind us? Yes, they are. Okay. Actually, that's quite good. And then we need to push somewhat forward so we can get missile units to start shooting. Are they fleeing? Okay. Practically that means that we have to run down as many of the enemy units as possible. Okay, they are breaking. Excellent. I think a next battle against this army shall be quite a lot easier. So hopefully they will break soon. At least they are shaken already. They have sustained quite heavy casualties, wavering and broken. Let's see about those barbarian mercenaries. How do they like a cavalry charge in their flank? And then let's take care of the Scutari there. And then let's see if we can write down those skirmishers still.
The gods be praised! The enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now they flee!
Spanish mercenaries. I guess they are pretty much an equivalent for Hastati. Okay, not many enemies left there. So we can rather easily push towards Napomasus. The city is besieged. And some reinforcing armies are present in the area. That may pose some difficulties at some point, or rather next turn, if they decide to attack. And did we have something else? I don't think selling out from there is beneficial. In 2 turns we can have the reinforcements there. And what about this city here? The Eastern infantry here is quite bad, but I think we can wait a couple of turns. Overall, our monetary situation is getting pretty bad. We are making only 3,000 per turn. And let's send this general to... I think Perganum would be excellent position. So we need to travel to Athens or to Thessalonica to find a ship. And actually at the moment I cannot afford to construct pretty much anything. So I have the required resources to train troops. Okay, 3 generals. Interesting. And then an enemy captain. Let's see if we could drive the captain. Well, that didn't go as planned. So let's try to drive the captain out, and then we have only to deal with this. And with the superior missile units, I think we are able to capture the city easily. And after that, it should be rather an easy task to take care of those reinforcing armies individually. it's interesting if our allies have siege engines too, because they don't have had time to build them, so if they need to run around the village, those towers will do quite a bit of damage to them. But let's see. I guess this army
Our soldiers are at the wall.
contains the reminders of the army we attacked last turn.
The enemy gate is down. Our battering ram has done its work.
Okay, the allies are coming here, and likely they will suffer catastrophic casualties in the process.
Show no mercy. The enemy walls are down. Make sure their soldiers are buried beneath the ruins.
Well, it seems sometimes the AI works against us. And actually, these can engage the enemy there. And these must protect our flank here, as the majority of the army is going through. And let's send these barbarian mercenaries to reinforce, since Hastati is only light infantry. So it's time for these to form up near the village center. And I think we can pull the ranged units there as well. And high time that the enemy cavalry broke. Okay, those are reinforcements running after them, and it seems another unit of enemy cavalry is making its move. I think they will break quite a bit sooner. The problem here is that there are quite a few enemy generals in the area, and that will cause us undoubtedly quite a few problems. And now the enemy general seems to be engaging in battle. And my velites are running to engage enemy cavalry. Interesting. Should be running there. Let's see. How do we fare? And once again, interestingly, our troops have decided to run here and there. So it seems the AI or pathfinding here isn't at all optional. And is it so that actually because of this our whole army is routing almost? So much for that easy victory. So we need to draw the general out from there.
Your general's nerve has broken.
Okay.
He's fleeing from the enemy.
This is absolutely a disaster. Okay, we need to buy some time for our other units to rally. Let's take at least that one down. Apparently not.
Your general's nerve has broken, and he is fleeing from the enemy.
It seems our fighting force consists of only some missile infantry at the moment. Maybe the auto-resolve would have been better after all. So the archers are still in battle. Okay. Excellent. At least one enemy general down. Let's see if we could take a second one.
Our ally has been slain. Your army is running from the field. Rally your men, or the battle is lost for sure.
So it seems the allies still have some fight left in them, I guess. Here is a unit of barbarian mercenaries. Good thing is that they should be able to handle themselves pretty well against cavalry. The bad news is that they are exhausted, and the enemy has a similar number of cavalry to the men of the mercenaries in that unit. So I think we will just exit the battle.
Our enemies have achieved a great victory.
Leaving the army. Pull back! Out of move, sir! The siege is broken. Moves depleted, sir. Sir, forward! General,
So those reinforcements are sorely needed. Okay, since the Britons have broken the siege here, we can reinforce Lemonum.
Imperator!
I think this army must go to Aleisa to get some new troops. We will combine it with this one, and let's see at some point.
General! Onward! Out of move, sir! March! Sir! Onward! No more move, sir! Sir! General! Attack! Victory!
And we will leave that eastern infantry there, because it's really bad.
Victory!
And then let's head towards that city. There. And it seems we need to postpone our assault on Rome quite a bit until we have enough troops to vanquish the Spain.
Besieging settlement, sir!
Okay, and now the Egyptians are attacking. Actually, they have two reinforcing armies, which fortunately won't take part of the battle here.
Men!
Oh, the gates are open. And okay, fortunately we can move our units. I think we will not cease by staying in the city center. But then again, if there are 2 more armies attacking, maybe we will just cease and wait them to come to us. So basically, these are sacrificable troops. They will form the front line here. No big losses if they fall. Also the hoplite mercenaries. Not that much of a deal if they fall. And neither in the case of Thracian mercenaries. But these more important troops hopefully won't fall, at least in great number, as we will be besieged next turn also, I think, even if we manage to break this one. Cavalry will act as a reserve, and since we are in the city center, there won't be panicking, so we won't need the general actually that much. I think our troops are ready. Okay, let's just hope that they will rush the open gates and take high casualties along the process. The good thing about the Roman towers is that they shoot also to the inside of the city. So the enemy won't avoid casualties even when they are inside the gates. As you can see here, at least is 1 casualty. And everyone manning 20 in the enemy army has gone down already. So
The enemy have formidable siege towers at the walls. Prepare for some hard fighting.
the cheesing tactic of putting troops in the middle of the city square works in several ways. First, the AI doesn't know how to capture the towers here, or that it should capture those in order to lose, or in order not to sustain casualties. At the same time, as said before, our troops cannot break while they are in the city center. And finally, the enemy troops are quite disorganized when they enter the city square, and in most cases at least winded, if not tired or exhausted. So it works really well to put the troops in the middle of the city. If I played this historically, I think the majority of the troops would have been on the walls and near the gates. I think it would have been manageable, even though I would have sustained quite heavy casualties. So almost 10% of the enemy have gone down. And let's see, the chariots are engaging us pretty soon. The archers should start shooting pretty soon. If I remember correctly, these have very low armor but several hit points. And as you can see, no shields, so the archers and mercenary peltasts should work really well against these Egyptian chariots. And as a sign of their not organizing the attack properly. They are walking towards spearmen, so they should have rather easy time picking them off, as you can see. These units have not yet arrived. The only downside in this side of cheese, this kind of cheese, is that the battles tend to be quite long. Here, as you can see, the bowmen are walking towards the spearmen. And I think they will break soon. And it seems now the bulk of the enemy army has arrived. Or is about to arrive. And here the chariots have broken, as well as bowmen. The general is coming, it seems, or at least some general. And the enemy has lost almost a third of its men. And a good thing here is also that while the enemy is fleeing, the towers will still be doing damage. So
The gods be praised! The enemy general is dead! His men know their doom approaches!
the question is, should I push with cavalry? Okay, there is a hoplite phalanx, or pikemen, spearmen phalanx incoming, so we will wait at least a bit more. But when they... Oh, they are so slow. I think we can manage this. And they are breaking. As well as the spearmen there. And let's take down those slingers. And let's see what they do have here then. Okay, some bowmen still. They shouldn't be that big of a problem. Except my cavalry is routing. They actually were quite big of a problem. It seems I'm becoming careless here. Not a good thing, especially as I cannot retrain these and I will likely get besieged next turn also. Okay.
Enemies show their true virtue. They are not soldiers, only frightened rabbits running from our men.
Finally.
All Rome will be amazed at such a victory.
Okay, some 500 casualties, a bit too much, but I think it's doable to survive those two armies. Oh, they got a third one. Nice. And it seems Quintus Victor is under attack. Fortunately, a defensive battle should be quite a lot of easier. So our strategy here, or tactics here, is to beat the attacking army first, and then turn to face the other armies. And the first step here should be done pretty quickly. Is it only just me, but is the amount of bodyguards of our generals getting smaller? Okay. Are they waiting for the reinforcements to approach? Let's see. And the archers can attack the light chariots, while I think the infantry will be able to clear their infantry rather easily. And I think it's time to turn the front around. Let's see if our cavalry can take care of the at least the routing enemy units, but also of the enemy general there. Okay, good. No need to waste any more of them, as the bodyguard will disband as the general goes down. And then it's interesting to see what these remaining two armies will do. At least it seems they are combining forces. There seems to be 3 warbands, 1 general at least, maybe some warhounds. And it's time to try to flank with cavalry. Okay, the enemy general is down, and the enemy units are fleeing. And it's time to try to run them down as much as possible. let's see if we can catch this general as well. Okay, seems only he got away. And I think the city should be ours. Yes. Okay. Rather large Armenian army. But I think I can dare to auto-resolve. Of course they go to reinforce. Artaxarta. And okay. Some cataphracts. This isn't as easy anymore. So practically it means a manual battle. Fortunately we have a nice hill here. So let's put the spearmen to the front. Then infantry that can throw missile weapons. And then missile units behind. Even though the number here is quite small.
The enemy have brought up reinforcements in a pathetic attempt to save themselves.
It seems I need to change my orientation a bit. Cataphract archers sound pretty bad. Very heavily armored units on horseback that can shoot. Fortunately, the enemy infantry is rather inferior, so we should be able to pretty easily to handle them. And as the infantry falls, it opens some opportunities to take care of these enemy skirmishers. And after that, we need to see about those cataphracts. Okay, they are charging. I think stupid of them. But let's see. Let's try to take an advantage of the situation. And actually... Okay. And of course these run to the Eastern Infantry there. But the first unit of the enemy army has been broken. Or those cataphract archers. Let's see if we can take care of these peltasts before... Okay, good. And I think our heavy infantry will be more than capable of handling those Eastern Infantry spearmen. And now the only question is how I'm able to force these cataphracts into battle. Most likely I will need cavalry to do that. And the cavalry shouldn't break before we can force the enemy into battle. Then again the question is, are they already fleeing? Yes, they are. So that practically means that these units of Eastern Infantry are at least considering fleeing as well. Which means that we need to engage them in order to make our life easier in the future. Okay, they are breaking. Excellent. And then the last unit, they are breaking as well.
They are not soldiers, only frightened rabbits running from our men.
Okay, decent victory. I'm hoping more of these, as the battles haven't proceeded according to plan. Okay, we have a turncoat army. The Spain bribed them. So this army will go to Alesa to get some reinforcements.
Move out. Move's depleted, sir. Move out.
And then this army
Onward. Move's depleted, sir.
will come to take the initiative in recapturing Nabomassus. Batavorodum has been captured. Excellent. And I think this right Jupiter will be good choice here. And then we need to leave a garrison here. I think these units will do, as we are going to have a city watch there as well. And let's take this
Out of move, sir.
large town. And then let's send this cavalry to reinforce Batavodurum. Okay, that front has been checked. In the southern front, enemy is suffering quite heavy attrition. Excellent, only 2 more turns. And actually I think we can bring the fleet here already. And maybe some reinforcements. Maybe some of these brand new legionaries. here let's move 2 units to maintain public order in Carthage. And here I think paved roads will be beneficial. And is this is Temple of Ceres. Actually we don't want any more population growth here. So it's time to sack that one and build a new one to Jupiter to increase the public order. And that front is doing quite okay. There are 3 armies besieging this. I think we will manage. Let's take some reinforcements and put this city under siege, but we won't attack before the legionaries have arrived. Maybe with along some auxilia. And actually, since we cannot retrain them, it's beneficial to combine the troops. Okay, and maybe I will send a new army. Or actually, I think reinforcements will work better. So let's combine these 2 and send them to the northern front. And here, okay, we are doing well, and it's time to take another turn. I think next turn we need to check. Okay, excellent, a new commander in Batavium. Good. Actually, I think we can send him to Segesta. And let's improve the Temple of Jupiter. Here. And the Spanish have already taught us some lessons about caution. So we need to be cautious. Let's retrain these and get some reinforcements and head back south here. And I think we could send, okay, 2 enemy armies here guarding that bridge will be important. So guard it we shall, with as large a troop that we can muster there. And is this town really under Britons' control? Hopefully not, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is.
Fleet ready. General. Onward. On the move, sir. Orders.
And the Carthaginians are once again complaining. Batavium is getting a temple. Let's see about here. So let's send a fleet to Thessalonica to bring that family member over the sea. Some more. Oh, Corinth is about to rebel. So some more peasants to keep order there. Byzantium is also, it's about to grow, so maybe that will be enough there. Otherwise we are doing pretty okay here. And then let's send this army to reinforce the northern front. And before assaulting, I think we need to construct a bit more siege engines. Okay, the siege here has been lifted. Excellent. So we can retrain at least some units. Actually, I think it's beneficial to combine them as much as possible. Could we get some mercenaries? We can. I don't think we will need cavalry. And there. And maybe we will be able to slip through the Egyptians' fingers and capture a city here. And I think we are having a turn. Okay. The Carthaginians are finally sallying out. I will handle this battle manually.
The reinforcements have arrived!
And let's just drop the siege equipment.
This is hope!
And then let's put our army in formation. I think we will put a battle line there. Hopefully the towers won't be able to shoot us here. And then the cavalry and those mercenaries will act as a reserve. We will save the javelins for the elephants. So what units are they bringing? 4th skirmishers, which means that cavalry should have a field day in taking them down. They are breaking already. Okay, don't go there. Those Libyan spearmen will wreak havoc in the ranks there. And is this tower still shooting? Yes, it is. Actually, I think we can bring the main battle line even more forward to avoid those missiles from those towers. And we can still move forward. By the way, are some enemy forces coming to our flank? That means that we need to be ready for that. Oh, they are elephants. Not good. we need to try to engage those elephants, even if we are in front of that tower, because if they manage to get in the middle of our army, we will be in trouble. Okay. They are in pretty dire circumstances, or they lost the control of those units. And these elephants are breaking. And now the enemy cavalry is wreaking havoc in our flank. Not good. So we need to send our cavalry to try to salvage the situation here. And actually I think the general as well. The enemy general is still coming. Okay, finally some victories against enemy cavalry. And then I need to bring at least these units there to fight. Oh, actually, let's not bring those. So I think this is where this whole battle will be decided. Fortunately, the elephants are breaking, so it's only the enemy general now. You gotta be kidding me. There should be enough troops to take care of that general. It seems here the Iberian infantry is holding us back. Of course, the good thing is that the enemy has to defeat us,
The enemy general is running away.
or
This is no
otherwise
way
they
for a
will
man to
lose.
behave, but in battle, it's beyond belief. The enemy general is slain, and now his men fear us. It is time to press the attack.
Okay. So now it's time to keep calm and okay, so much about keeping calm. Okay. This looked bad, but we managed to triumph, even though the casualties were quite horrific. And another defensive battle. Let's see how well our lines will hold in a bridge defense. I'm a bit worried that this will be difficult. And basically, when our troops are in position, it's pretty much only watching. The enemy is starting to take casualties. Some units even pretty heavy. Let's just hope they will break. Even though there is the chosen barbarian warlords with 84 or 83 bodyguards. I think those casualties are starting to somewhat pile up. But now the battle begins in earnest, so let's see. The enemy has lost third of his power, or at least his men. I guess those warbands are not as powerful as the heavy cavalry. It would be good if these can hold at least until the archers have shot every arrow.
This is no way for
Okay.
a Roman to behave. Shame will be his forever. Your general runs away.
And I think the battle is here. Yeah. I should get these routing soon so that the casualties could be minimized.
Your general has thrown.
Okay.
This is a.
But we took down some 600 men at least. And they retreated to Lemonum, which is excellent. So, as I think that is the main target of the enemy army, it will help us a great deal. Okay, Bull Warriors. These are one of the few units having 2 hit points. As defensive battle is easier, I think I will take this one. And we have a nice hill here. And the enemy needs to attack uphill to reach us. So I think we are going to do fine. Even though our fine against the Spanish haven't been that good lately.
The enemy have brought up reinforcements in a pathetic attempt to save themselves.
Okay, it's time to make a front here. this is another cheese in addition to that city defense we saw just a while ago. So the idea here is to present only one solid line of infantry towards the enemy, so that the enemy has no chance of getting by or flanking the army. And in this kind of battle it's imperative not to chase the enemy. They are running uphill. As you can see, okay, our troops are pretty fresh, that's good. Oh, what are you doing there? So we need to make our front a bit thinner here. And then let's put this Praetorian Guard here. And then it's only waiting. And the enemy is coming for us. And I think after they have climbed this far, their troops should be pretty tired, making the battle that much easier for us. Also, okay, they are tired, and also our ranged units have bonus to range, I think, because of the elevation advantage we have. And as you can see, most of the enemy army gets taken care by missiles only. But we won't pursue until that second army is engaging us. Maybe we will send cavalry to help against that general. They are wavering.
The enemy general is running away. This is no way for
And let's drive the whole army away. Since when every unit in an army is in panic, that army cannot come back to a fight, even though there is another army for the enemy.
The gods be praised! The enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now they flee.
And contra to my previous sayings, I will drive them out because it will make defense of or assaulting Nabomasos quite a bit easier when all of these units have been taken care of in this battle already. But it's imperative to get back to our main army before that reinforcing army can leap on us, because they would have no difficulties in taking care of the general and two supporting cavalry units. And I think all units can chase the enemies now. Okay, they are running. Time to push forward and hopefully take down as many of them as possible.
The gods be praised! The enemy's hearts are full of fear, and now they flee!
Finally, we are getting some revenge about our loss in this area. Good.
This is
Once again, I think Nabomassus should be ours rather soon. I think in Antioch we should build Legion barracks. They will be very beneficial for us. And this army is underway. We can have some mercenaries here. We are in no hurry with that town. And here we have managed to conquer this. So it's time to combine troops.
Aye, Captain. Aye, aye, Captain. Sir. Imperator. Imperator. Imperator.
And head
Imperator.
towards Palama.
Sir. 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 Imperator. Daryl. Daryl. Imperator. Imperator. Move out. Imperator. Imperator. Boarding. Ready to sail.
We have a decent army. I think
Ready to sail.
those Spanish ships shouldn't be able to beat us. And what are the Scipii going to do with that city? Hopefully they will assault.
General, attack! Besieging settlement.
And hopefully finally
Under siege, sir.
Nabomassus will be ours. Here, let's send this unit to be retrained. And as we managed to beat the Spanish so well, I think we can actually send Vibius Vipsanianus northwards with some of our very best modern units.
Sir. Move out. Forward. Attack.
Samarro Riva is our next target. And here, let's see, Bordersholm. I think we should be able to capture it. But I think we shall leave the capturing for next video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That will help a great deal. You can also post a comment about strategy I should use or combat tactics I should use. And you can also make suggestions about future games I should play. Have a great rest of the day. Quality Old Games out.